we took 3 different U-Haul trucks into a mechanic. Here are the 3 reports here. Now, our goal was to find out, will these trucks take you to your final destination or leave you stranded on the side of the road?
Now he's dancing.
It was a caravan.
Hi, baby.
Not just Alan and Judy Gotchin and family, but their bird, dog, and 2 cats, plus a couple of cars and U-Haul trucks. The whole group tried to make it from Arizona to Oregon.
And everything seemed like it was going pretty good.
Good, Ellen says, until they realized right away the brake lights didn't work on one of the U-Haul trucks. Also, the U-Haul trailer was broken and the rental truck air conditioning went out in the 90-plus degree heat. And that was just the beginning.
Well, about 7 hours later, they were out to tow me in.
The fuel pump went out on one truck 3 different times in the 1,200-mile journey, leaving them to sit and wait and wait and wait.
I don't know about this trip. We better pray hard we make it there okay.
Theirs is one of many complaints about U-Haul trucks, so the Fox 12 investigators put U-Haul to the test. 3 local trucks,
just pump it up with air.
1 local mechanic.
I never thought about it myself. I've rented them before and I just hop in them and drive them.
Spencer Van Zant is a certified mechanic with 20 years experience, including maintenance on Oregon State Police cars. The first truck, rented from U-Haul on Powell, has one problem.
The backup lights do not work.
Hard to see when you're backing up at night, what the mechanic calls a major inconvenience.
I wouldn't want to be backing this truck up to my garage without being able to see, where my garage ends and my truck begins.
But it is more than just inconvenience for the second truck rented from Foster. The mechanic reports bad turn signals and hard to see brake lights.
If you're trying to stop and a person doesn't see those brake lights, they can run right into the back of you.
Plus, a loose battery cable, an electrical problem.
It's actually melted the wire.
And this. A part going out that he says will soon stop the truck from starting.
There's an 80% chance when you rent it, you're going to be stuck.
But neither truck compares to the third one, rented in Beaverton. The mechanic says he found a coolant system leak, a bad radiator cap, a loose battery cable, and a weak battery.
Oh, there's more.
A nail in a tire, low tire pressure, and a very dirty air filter.
And there's more.
A leaky valve cover gasket, exposed wiring, and more, including this, an exposed electrical part that he says could arc and short out some equipment.
You may make it there, you may not. There's a lot of things that can get you stuck.
The Fox 12 investigators went to U-Haul in Beaverton for answers.
Well, they get inspected every time they come in. They check the fluids, they check all the basics. Rely on the customer to explain to us what's going on with the truck, and they get mandatory service every 5,000 miles.
We asked the manager how the trucks we tested could have so many problems.
I honestly have no idea. I'd have to look on the actual specs for the unit itself.
U-Haul did. They say they checked all 3 units we had inspected. They agreed with many of the mechanic's findings, saying, quote, U-Haul Company of Oregon finds the results of our inspection of these trucks to be unacceptable and has taken additional steps to ensure that appropriate receiving and dispatching procedures are performed properly at these locations. U-Haul tells us the trucks will be fixed before they can be rented again, and they will monitor those locations we rented from.
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
Alan and Judy did finally make it to Oregon, still praying. They hope U-Haul repairs any faulty trucks, moving toward a better trip on the road.
But please fix them.
So now you've seen the results of the U-Haul test, but what about other trucks in the Portland area? We test 3 more companies. Find out the results of that test coming up tomorrow night on the 10 o'clock news. Carrie Tomlinson in News Control for the 10 o'clock news.
This is the easy part of the job for Mark Noble of Milwaukee. The hard part was on the road.
Within about 15 minutes of driving, boy, things started going wrong.
He rented a U-Haul to drive to California and back.
The speedometer stopped working.
He remembers the turn signals also malfunctioned, the air conditioner broke in the heat, and the truck began to backfire and smoke.
I couldn't signal. I didn't know how fast I was going, and I didn't know for how much longer I would be going.
Not much. The truck broke down near Eugene. His big move screeched to a halt.
It was like a third world experience. It really was.
The Fox 12 investigators tested U-Haul trucks in the Portland area. The mechanic reports 2 out of 3 had serious issues that could leave you stuck. But what about other rental companies in Portland? Budget, Ryder, and Penske all go under our mechanic's wrench. Certified mechanic Spencer Van Zant says the budget truck is in great shape. It's a 2004 GMC with 48,000 miles. Compare that with the U-Hauls, all 1994 Fords with mileage as high as 218,000.
You've got a brand new truck here.
Except, he says, for one major issue, his tire test shows a big difference between the pressure of the 2 back left tires, about 20 pounds difference. Even worse, he says, one of those tires is almost bad.
If you're going to keep this tire on here, you have a safety issue, you have a reliability issue. It's kind of a waste to have a brand new truck like this with a bad tire on it.
The investigators went to Budget for answers.
And basically this should have been caught right here by whoever inspected the truck.
Budget maintenance manager Rob Haynes says the tires are still within legal tread limits, and he doesn't think the tire pressure difference is a big deal.
This is still a safe tire. This is not illegal. It's still safe here.
But he adds, still, someone should have fixed the tire pressure because Budget is all about top quality.
We work very hard to make sure our trucks are very, very safe. If you have a customer that has a problem, you're not going to get a repeat customer.
The Ryder truck got a similar grade from the mechanic. It's a 1999 Isuzu with 63,000 miles.
It's new tires, good brakes, everything's perfect.
A perfect truck with one drawback.
Take my foot off the gas and the pedal stayed down.
He says a plastic flap on the gas pedal stuck for just a moment, twice when he was driving.
It's when it gets caught right there. Take your foot off the gas and the truck keeps going. And even if it's just for a second or two, it could have serious results.
Ryder investigated, taking that truck off the road. The company told us the flap is a plastic piece that broke loose. However, it says its mechanics could not reproduce the problem. The company says it's had no reports of pedals sticking in that truck or any truck in its fleet. Still, they issued a bulletin to make sure every truck is checked. That brings us to the final truck, a Penske, a 2004 Ford with about 70,000 miles. The mechanic says this truck really is perfect.
Nothing wrong with this truck.
Yeah, we're with Channel 12 News, and we did a test.
The perfect score makes Penske of Portland very happy.
And you guys passed.
Yeah!
Mark Noble is still settling in, but he feels wiser now for his next move.
Moving is already that's a job nobody likes to do already. But to do it with a truck that breaks down is just, it's just not right.